Hey guys, this particular video is going to be a really interesting and unique video. This video is kicking off my series of introducing and explaining and showing the John Deere subcompact and compact tractor lineup. We will, at some point in time, I'll be seeing what I can do to help you to understand the differences between little rider mower, little subcompact tractor, and a compact tractor. In this particular video, I'm going to be covering multiple different things, including how the John Deere numbering system lineup, the numbering system in their green lineup, not their yellow. Their yellow is more of construction and larger, non-agriculture products. Now, you wouldn't think of a rider mower as having anything to do with agriculture. You're gonna be really amazed here. John Deere is full of a bunch of intelligent individuals. Much like Gail Banks of Banks Power, I look at everything as with the perspective of the manufacturers know what they're doing when it comes to designing these things, and that the engineers know what they're doing when they're designing these things. It's kind of an interesting perspective and stuff. Now, when it comes to the forestry stuff, it's on its own numbering system, but for all intents and purposes of this lineup, we will just be covering the following. One is going to be rider mower equipment, and I'm hoping to, at some point in time, maybe kind of be able to somehow demonstrate what's going to be your best bang for the buck. I'm not meaning to sound biased, but in general, there's honestly a time and a place for various machines. And if you're doing a lot of lawn mowing and stuff and not really any implement work, a rider yard tractor is going to do just fine. There's a reason they're called rider yard tractors. Some call them ride-on mowers. Kind of confusing in today's day and age. I'm actually going to show you how your money will actually be put to use with the various machines at some point in time. That's in my 5-year plan. Anyways, it's going to get really interesting and really amazing. But I'm definitely going to be introducing you to this particular series and the remainder of this film. I greatly appreciate those of you watching all the way through. And there's going to be a little outro that I'm going to film. Now, what you see in this particular scene and what you're going to see in that and the other two are how in this scene and the outro scene, I'm going to be wearing this shirt. It's because it's Sunday, and while I'm in Mass, I'm going to be waiting for my video to render so that I can upload it. Now, probably wondering what time it is. It's about 6 in the morning. Well, almost 7 in the morning. Anyways, I'm gonna kind of explain several different things, and believe it or not, I've got a plan right up here in this brain of mine as to how I'm going to pull all of this off. You're just going to have to bear with me. These are going to be kind of a halfway sporadic, halfway not. I'm going to be looking to upload a video here on this particular playlist every month. At least once a month, around the beginning, around the middle of the month. Around the middle of the month, upload a video into this particular playlist. Hold me to it. And if I fall behind on it, I have 3 other channels. One of them I'm on all the time, watching videos and stuff. It's Chef Matt Hammerschmidt. You just jump on there, shoot me a little comment, and remind me in the event that I forget. I am most likely going to have them pre-recorded, and all I'll have to do is go from, switch the setting from unlisted to public. However, understand this much. On those other 2 channels, I'm already getting almost, around the 1,000 hours of watch time mark every month for the last 2 months. Chef Matt Hammerschmidt and Matt Hammer Tech are both getting about 1,000 minutes of watch time a month. They kind of flip-flop as to which one's closer. The Tech channel, it gets around 700-800 views a month. My Chef Matt Hammerschmidt channel gets around 250 to 350 views a month, and I am working towards tying towing help and its content, Chef Matt Hammerschmidt and its content, Matt Hammer Tech and its content, and Farming with Chef Matt, which is what you're watching me on here. Working on getting all 4 of these channels to tie together. It's all within the 5-year plan. Not 100% sure on what's going to go down exactly when and where, but I've got a general guideline that I'm following, and who knows? You all might actually learn a thing or two, and y'all might be able to teach me a thing or two. May at some point work on being a Caterpillar in a series and their lineup of subcompact and compact tractors. They do have some. There's so many manufacturers out there, and this coming Spokane Ag Expo, you may actually see me there. That's kind of in the planning stage at this time. Not sure if it is going to happen, but mark down on your calendars that I'm going to be going to the Ag Expo hopefully this year, and I am putting money aside financially for numerous purposes, and it's going to be rather entertaining and different. And also, I've seen a lot of things go wrong with the loading and offloading of subcompact tractors. Y'all are going to see that on Towing Help. I am renaming my company to something, and there's also going to be another YouTube channel by the end of 5 years pop up that I'm going to be doing, and they're all going to tie in together quite well. And, well, can't spill all the beans, but, you know, I've got I know what I'm doing in general when it comes to YouTube. I'm a comedian. If you think you're going to be all smart and take me down and stuff, understand this. I've had, my Chef Matt channel has been online with no suspensions since 2014. Some have tried and failed. And, well, I just strongly recommend this. Enjoy this content for what it is. It's mainly for entertainment purposes, but also for helping you all to understand that the world I grew up in the 90s and the noughties were very different from the decade we are coming into. There's a #1 seller at my local John Deere dealership, and it is a 2032R. It's got the snowblower attachment. It connects to the PTO of where the mower deck would hook up to. All the controls are run from the loader stick, and they're selling those units quickly. They are having a tough time keeping them in stock at times. In the last so many months, they've sold 50 of them. To looking at the other, the subcompact tractors are only selling 2. They're, for every subcompact tractor they're selling right now, they're selling 25 compact tractors, and I am aiming to get answers to more questions, and it's going to be a very interesting thing, and we're going to see what we can do. So kick back, enjoy this content, because you're about to see me switch shirts, because this was recorded on a different day. These two scenes that you're going to see, and then you'll see me magically be back in this shirt because of the fact that I'm recording the outro on the same day I'm recording this intro. Enjoy! I'm making this video for numerous reasons. I'm your humble host, Chef Matt. Welcome to Farming with Chef Matt. Okay, we're going to start this off with a very quick shout out to the Messick's Tractor channel. The gentleman was on point. On point. Do not choose which tractor you're going to buy without looking at them, without sitting in them. So, I'm a John Deere guy myself. There are a lot of ways that a Kubota outclasses a John Deere. There's a lot of ways a John Deere outclasses a Kubota. However, I'm just going to state this. I went to the dealer today. I went to my local dealer, my local John Deere dealer, and quite frankly, I personally was blown away. Outright blown away. There is some really amazing things that are very different. I compared the 1023E, the 1025R, the 2025R, the 2032R today, Wow, what a difference. Screw the specs. The specs do not put it into perspective. When you go, every time you bump up, you gain a lot. If you're hesitant to pony up, let me start off here. If you're just a residential application, personal recommendation here. Very personal recommendation. It's going to be a bigger benefit to stick with a 1 series. You're wondering why I say that. It's a lot to do with the size and the application. Now, there's just shy of a 1 horsepower difference between the 23E and the 25R. Just shy of 1 horsepower difference on the 3-point power takeoff shaft, the power takeoffs and the ground horsepower drive. Okay? Now, the rating of the engine is different between the 1 series, the 2 series, and the 3 series. The 1025R and the 1023E look very similar. However, the 1025R gives you a little more weight, a little more power to go with that weight. You're, truth be told, not going to gain a heck of a lot with the 25R in comparison to the 23E. However, certain applications, like if you're doing a garden, the 25R is going to be your bet. Your best bet if you're having a hard time convincing the financial committee as to what tractor to go with, and your residential, the 1025R, if you're doing gardening in your yard and you can fit a rider mower all throughout your property. Now, in general, be courteous to your neighbors. They are a louder engine than a gas engine. Much louder. They've got more torque. They're very different with a subcompact in comparison to a rider mower. Rider mower, there's not much you can do with them. They're pretty quiet. They're tolerable to a lot of people. If you're going to get a subcompact tractor, check with your neighbors at 4 times the distance in all directions by air radius than you would with a rider mower. Now, let me further explain this. If your neighbors are okay with it, they're probably going to go to bat on your behalf. If they're not, your finance committee they're probably going to side with your finance committee. And it's absolutely worth a shot to talk to your neighbors about it. Don't sugarcoat it, but don't exaggerate it. They're not deafeningly loud. They're just louder. The sound carries further. However, if you're mainly if you plan it, if you propose it correctly to your neighbors where it's appealing to them. For example, this is huge right here. Cannot reiterate this enough. Very huge. A subcompact tractor, this is exactly what you gain. Loader. You get a loader, you get a 3-point, you can get a lot more attachments, you can do a lot more work. However, the 1025R is a little louder than the 1025E. There's not a heck of a lot of differences between the two, other than you gain some valuable torque and some valuable horsepower depending on application. If you are not doing a lot of PTO work, and I'm not at all counting the mower in on this, if you're going to be doing something like, for example, running a PTO implement that requires a good amount of horsepower, do not hesitate to do the 25R. However, in really tight circumstances, 1025E is going to do you just fine. Now let's compare the 1025R to the 2025R. Those two compare the best. And for this particular comparison, if you're not sure whether you want to go with the 1025R or the 2025R, they're exactly the same power plant. They are, I spoke with my John Deere dealership, my local John Deere dealership. The John Deere used to be that their engines were fully Yanmar. If they were the Yanmar brand, they were fully Yanmar design. That is no longer the case. Yanmar just manufactures and just produces their engines for them based on the John Deere parameters and specs, and every ounce of it is John Deere produced by Yanmar. Okay? The Yanmar engine is that comes in the tractors today as of December 2019. This is what I can tell you. All the Yanmar tractors all the Yanmar engines in the John Deere tractors are John Deere engines produced by Yanmar's manufacturing facility for the engines. Okay, John Deere, in some ways, looks like, John Deere and Case, a lot of the parts work side by side. Now, there's not a heck of a lot of comparison between a Yanmar tractor and a John Deere tractor. They do look a lot like a Yanmar tractor from some perspectives. They're not. They're definitely closer to a Case IH tractor. Now, in general, some of the New Holland stuff can side-by-side compare. Now, getting a little off topic there, but give me a moment. I have a technical difficulty that I need to deal with. As skilled of a camera operator as I am and continue to be, I continue to have technical difficulties with the camera. It's not at all a bad camera. It is a fact of operator error. That is all it is. It's just operator error. So before you say, oh, that camera you're using is terrible, understand this. That right there as to why I had to do a comeback later for some technical difficulties. Had a cameraman operator error on my part. Now, let's get back to the John Deere 1 and 2 and 3 series comparison. Now, I'm just going to put this out there generally. The differences between the 1023E and the 1025R. You get a little more loader capacity, a little more weight, a little more powerful motor. Very little differences other than you get a little more lift capacity at the link arms, a little more loader capacity, obviously from the increased weight of the tractor and increased power. Now jumping from the 1025R, going 1025R to 2025R, you gain several inches in stance. With the tires, little bit more loader capacity, a little bit more lift capacity on the, a little more loader lift capacity, a little more 3-point lift capacity. Then, and mind you, this is about a $7,000 jump. A $7,000 jump, US. 7,000 right here. Totally different. Going from the 2025R to the 2032R. Bigger tires. Several hundred pounds more weight to the tractor itself. Vastly increased hydraulic pressures from the manufacturers. Well, from the manufacturer, it is a higher operating pressure. Do not ever increase your operating pressure of your hydraulic system. I say that with really good reason. And apparently I now have the pot of coffee jitters today. So, anyways, continuing on, we have this issue of how to compare the 25 horse 2 series and 32 horse 2 series tractor. You get, now, before you go saying anything, you also get increased loader height going from the 1 series to the 2 series on the 25 horse engine. You step up to a different loader because it's a different series. Now, I'm going to explain something in general here, going from, in the 2 series, going from 25 to 32, for the engine option, higher hydraulic pressures, which means more lift capacity of the loader, and furthermore, you get more lift capacity of the 3-point. You also get a vast jump in PTO power, both front and mid. Now, also, on top of that, you also get some other issues that go with that, in the sense that it's almost zero comparison from there. You get a larger, the tractor has massively bigger tires in diameter on the front and the rear. The back tires can only compare to the size of the 3 series tires. But hold your horses. Hold your horses, okay? Just hold on to them. Keep your horses in the pen. You also get more ground clearance. Now, in addition to that, you get other factors involved here, where you also have a lot more options for the hydraulic system. You get way more options for how do I word this? The implements and the ease of interchangeability of implements. Say you rent an implement, no biggie. You don't gotta shorten the PTO shaft. That's a big plus because it's a physically larger tractor. You have a bigger hood. The operator station, it's a lot higher than the 25 and under tractors for horsepower options, except for the 3 Series. Now, I'm going to continue here to say that there's going to be a little bit where, I did not at all get an opportunity to compare the 38 horse engine options amongst the 2 and the 3 Series. This is mainly a comparison that I could get the best I could. Now, let's continue on with this with the 3025R. You get a physically bigger tractor. It's pretty much the more eco-friendly version of the 2032R in the sense that you get yet a higher lift and a height loader, not much more gain in capacity, not much of a gain in capacity in comparison to the 32 horse 2 Series. You're not going to get huge exponential gains. However, going up to the 32 horse option on the John Deere 3 Series, you gain the engine weight again, like you did. You gain several hundred pounds, much like you did with the 2 Series. Now, the 1 Series, it's so small, it's not going to make a difference at much of a level at all. In fact, if you're looking at the 1 Series, I strongly recommend the 23 horse engine option long before the 25 horse. And I have a lot of reasons for saying that. The number one reason here as to why I say that is, and I'm not trying to sound like someone who is a know-it-all, I'm just going to say this. When it comes to the backhoe attachment on the 1 Series, you're going to get a lot more sensitivity. It really is not going to be much of a difference at all between the backhoes for the 23 horse and the 25 horse in the 1 Series. Yes, you get different backhoes, but unfortunately, with the 25 horse, you just don't quite have the same feel of the 25 horse. Well, you just don't have the same feel between the two. It's a little more cumbersome. However, by going with the 23E, it's going to be a really great everyday mower. It's going to be your really, if you're going with a Johnny 1, with a 1 Series and a 2 Series, you're going to find yourself happier in the long run with the 1 Series being low horsepower. Now, I'm just going to put this out there about the 2032 and the 2038 tractors, which is the 32 horse and the 38 horse. You lose displacement, you gain horsepower, but you also gain more that can go wrong. Therefore, I cannot personally recommend the 38 horse John Deere 2 Series tractor because, quite frankly, at that point, with the 32 horse engine, you going any more powerful, you really are losing way more than you're gaining. You're going to spin your tires more. You're going to have too much power for the tractor. Now, I'm not at all saying that the 25 horse in the 2 Series is not a bad option. I'm just saying that when it comes down to it, the 1 Series, it's kind of like this. The biggest gas-powered John Deere riding yard tractor is absolutely different. And you're not going to gain much by going to the 25 horse option. You're not. It's a diminishing return. Quite frankly, I can say this much. It is absolutely an amazing difference. And the reason I say you're really not going to gain much between the 23 horse and the 25 horse tractor is it all comes down to it's pretty much, I'm not at all saying anything bad about the tractor. It is more of a diesel lawnmower that packs a good good amount of value for the dollar. You're not going to spin your tires as much. It's going to be great for the really tight areas. It's going to be great for example, if you're digging. It's going to be great for very tight situations. It's going to be far more fuel efficient. We all know fuel is critical in the operation of things when we're doing things. However, understand this much. This is right here where I'm going to have to say the mid-level on the 2 Series is absolutely worth every penny. You get every ounce of traction to support the horsepower. 1025R versus 2025R. They're both, one is, they're both pretty much overpowered for the tires. Now, not at all saying that neither one of those tractors are good tractors. I'm just stating the dealer informed me that for every 1025R that gets sold, 25 of the 2032s get sold. 25 2032s to one 1025R. Heck, let me correct that. He said for every 1 Series tractor that gets sold at that particular dealership, it is 25 of the 2032 tractors. Now, there is a time and a place for the 32 horse tractor. Okay? And it's more pointed towards those who live in a more rural area. The way I can compare the 32 horse 2 Series tractor is it almost looks like I hate to say it, but it almost looks like a 3 Series tractor. It is so close, I almost totally missed it. You save money by going with the 2032R as it relates to the 3032R. And you get a lot of the benefits of it too. If you're running a business, you can pay for the 2032R in a lot shorter amount of time than the 3032R. The 3025R barely even compares to the 2032R. It compares to both the 25 and the 32 horse tractors in the 2 Series, because in the 2 Series, this is where it kind of seems a little odd, but it really is what it is. The engines are pretty much the same when it comes to 25 horse. The only difference is frame size and operating pressure. However, if you're interested in a very fuel efficient tractor that's going to feel a little bit cumbersome but be very fuel efficient, maybe the 3032 might not be the ultimate option, and I'd have to say the 3025R would be a decent option in comparison to the 2032R. And quite frankly, yeah, it's relative, the 2032 and the 3032, really, you want to go up to the 38 horse with the 3 Series. In general, it's going to be a better idea. However, the 3032 is still a decent tractor. The 3025, it's kind of comparable to the the low model and the low and mid horsepower models in the 2 lineup. So keep that in mind. Yes, the 3 Series with a 25 horse engine is going to be, just putting it out there, it's going to be a fuel efficient version of the 2032R. You're going to get slightly bigger tires, a little more traction, a little more weight distribution, but really, you can't truly recommend that. However, didn't get to see the 38R, didn't get to see the 3028, didn't get to see the 2038R or the 3038R, did get to see the 3025R and the 3032R. Amazingly, the compact and subcompact tractors have definitely come a long way. Now, for those of you wondering the difference between a 10-year-old now this is a little bit, these are exactly the same tractors in general, just one's more updated. The 3320 does compare nicely to the 3032R. Same engine, same frame, just a lot of improvements, and let's see here. It's just getting better with time with the subcompact and compact tractors. Now, understand this. The 2032R has a lot to offer. The 1023E has a lot to offer in the sense that, let's face it, with the 1 Series, it literally is pretty much directly comparable to the largest framed gas mower. Now, the first digit of what John Deere sells, that is in the color green, not yellow. Yellow is totally different in the Deere lineup world. Can't even compare those. Just, green tractors. The yellow are more of the construction type equipment. So for all intents and purposes, we're just talking about John Deere's green tractors. Okay, if you're wondering the reason I'm clarifying that, the dealer nearest me does not specialize in construction equipment. It is more of a turf and agriculture type of dealer. Again, you need to make sure that you walk in with an open mind. Let the dealer know, let the salesman know exactly what you're going to be doing. What do you got? What are your plans for the future? You know, don't be afraid to play the what if game a little bit. Don't go overboard, but don't ask it as a what if. Do it more of a, in the event of this happening, what is it like to repair it where it's difficult to physically get out of an area mainly because of the terrain? What is it like in the field where it's difficult to get something to it, to get it to the dealer? And what is the dealer's main basis? Is it equipment sales or is it servicing the equipment? Okay, now in general, you have absolutely got to ask all the dealers in your area. What do they service? Believe it or not, some dealers, even though they're primarily John Deere, also will service tractors such as case tractors, and also they might also service Caterpillar equipment. That is just food for thought. That is also something you need to take into consideration. And also, when you're looking at used equipment, understand this. If it is your first tractor, understand this much. You do not know what to look for when you're looking for a tractor as it is. Understand this much. Unless you personally know the person and have seen how they treat it, and are treating it treating it very identically to the way you will be treating it. And your vehicle that you drive on a daily basis is a direct reflection of your maintenance schedule and your maintenance schedule strictness. And also, I rarely ever have said this as a mechanic. I've rarely heard this come out of a mechanic's mouth. This idiot needs to quit mixing greases. What I always hear is, does this person know what grease is? I've even said that to people around me. Does this person even know what grease is? Before you even answer that, understand this. The grease that comes off the bacon that you eat is far different than the grease that goes on equipment. Okay? Understand this. Tractor dealers are absolutely, they can really easily be your best friend in a lot of ways. However, you need to take into consideration numerous factors. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Okay? There's very few questions at all that are bad questions. It's all down to how you word it. The worst question is the unasked one that you think may not be important, but you will be amazed at how a question that you don't think is going to be very important, you will find out very quickly otherwise. It's better to find out the easy way than it is to find out the hard way. I'm a farm kid. I thought I knew a lot about tractors and whatnot. Things have changed since I last ran a tractor. Just saying. Now, in general, the last time I ever hopped on a tractor was 7 years ago. Okay? That's a while ago. Just saying, you know. And quite frankly, have never run a 2 series or a 1 series compact tractor. I've run rider mowers. I've run a 32 horse 3 series tractor. Now, if you're wondering why a gas tractor has 3 numbers on the hood and a diesel tractor has 4, diesels, almost every single diesel tractor out there that has 4 numbers in it with a green hood has 2 options. Now, in general, understand this. Some numbering, when you get up to the frame of, I believe it is 5 and above, the numbering system gets just a little bit different, but it's because the horsepower has 3 numbers. You still see a 4 number, but don't hesitate to ask the dealer the question. In general, don't worry about the big tractors. Focus mainly on learning on a small tractor. Now, also, I need to point this out. A tractor is going to do more damage than it's going to receive. So understand this. If you're tired, just leave it outside if it's already outside. A little rain on it is not going to destroy it. These tractors are absolutely, especially the diesels, they are absolutely built to take a rain here and there. Quite frankly, the tractor I once ran, I still get to see every once in a while. It sits outside in the weather. It does just fine. Granted, the maintenance has to be done a little more frequently when it comes time to use it. And a little other, there's several other factors, but understand this. The sun has beat on that tractor for years. The paint job ain't what it used to be. That is natural. That is perfectly acceptable. Just understand, if you're really into your tractor looking good and shiny for a long period of time, it's all about the maintenance. It is 95% about the maintenance when it comes to how well that tractor performs and how good it looks. We will be doing a video later about various implements and the things you have got to keep in mind. We're going to do videos on hydraulics. We're going to do videos on other things that you must know about, like electrical systems, lots of other things, but that right there was just a physical comparison between the 1 series, the 2 series, and the 3 series. Just bottom 2 engine options, but it just so happened that it just is, it is kind of a rare occurrence that the 1 series only has 2 options, so kind of limited in time of the day. Dealers got a lot going on. Didn't want to tax them on those questions. There's always another day. At the end of the day, I was not a paying customer on that day, on today, so I'll let well enough alone. And absolutely, Messick's tractors, big help. Big help. Thank you, Neil. Absolutely appreciate it. You had some rock solid advice. Could not have been any more on point. I am very, very impressed. Quite frankly, if you happen to have seen this channel and you've seen Messick's, Neil's channel, Messick's tractors, understand this. Neil knows his stuff. He really does. I'm not paid by anyone. I don't take payment for this stuff. This is just absolutely a collaboration platform. If you've got any questions about what I covered in this video, please ask them. The only question that's a really stupid question is the one that didn't get asked. So please put it down there in that dirt pit. if you really enjoyed this content, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that thumb. It doesn't matter if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It still helps. Although, to me, the thumbs up tells me I'm on the right track. The thumbs down tells me I'm on the wrong track. However, because this is Farming with Chef Matt, I really feel that it was just time to make this video. And you don't want to know how much goes into making a video of this length. It is an incredibly long video. I fully understand that. Just understand there's a lot more information than what meets the eye. I haven't even gotten into the options. Just mainly focus on questions about this content, about this particular topic here of comparing the various tractors I had talked about here. Now, keep in mind, the 38 horse for options for the 2 and the 3 series will come at a later point in time. It may come at least a year down the road. I don't know what tomorrow brings. Nobody really knows. However, I can definitely tell you I learned a lot. I hope that what I learned today, I hope that it has helped you of what I have shared. Understand this. There may be mistakes I didn't catch within the video. If something is not making sense, let me know. Now, I understand there was a part where my tongue got really twisted with all the numbers. I apologize for confusing you with the numbers. Now, in this particular video, it was nothing but open cab tractors I was comparing. Keep that one in mind and let the questions pour in. Let them pour in. I have plenty of time at this time. I appreciate you taking the time to understand that this is valuable information. I'm not at all collecting any money from this from any sources. I'm not being paid by anyone to say any of this. I am strictly giving you the potential customer point of view. So, we'll definitely catch you in another video. I appreciate you, and we will be catching you later. Alright, so I just want to wrap this stuff up here and help you to understand things. It's kind of an interesting thing getting into tractors and stuff. Again, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Neil of Messick's Tractor. He is in another part of the United States. You can tune into his channel. His channel for Messick's tractor company is just simply Messick's, and you can find that in my featured channels, which I will be working on when I get back from church and getting all the, getting my featured channels and whatnot added in there. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to Neil at Messick's, and also Stanley Genetic, Stanley Dirt Monkey Genetic. I thank you so much for the educational assistance and tools that you have given me in being able to identify the good, the bad, and the ugly about each specific machine and their exact configuration. Also, I'd like to give a shout out and a thank you to my local John Deere dealership for answering so many different questions, putting so many different things into perspective, and it's truly been an enjoyable time gathering all this information. This literally was gathered in about 2 hours time, and I did my best to condense 2 hours down into an hour of, the meat and potatoes of the scenes. And I know it didn't exactly turn out exactly that way, but such is life, right? I certainly do appreciate the viewership and whatnot. if you want to continue on and see this series, and you want to see the whole entire thing unfold, and I'm not just taking you for a ride, I guarantee you that. You never know what you're going to get once you subscribe to all 4 of my channels. And also, understand this, I have numerous things that go on in life, but one thing I would certainly appreciate is hit a thumb. It doesn't matter if it's an up or a down. Give me some, put some questions and concerns and some feedback down there in that dirt pit section labeled comments. Also, in the event you put a comment in the dirt pit and you've made it through the entire video, I would appreciate you including the phrase, "Go green after brown," in there, and we'll see how many people actually watched these videos. And kind of do it kind of discreetly, where things, in general, just see what we can do. And we're going to actually get some things going here, and absolutely, there is some interesting stuff in the future. So, thank you all for watching, and hit a thumb, drop a comment down there in the dirt pit, and let me know how much this video helps and what questions it stirred up. Because this is going to be, I'm not going to call it the never-ending series, because it's absolutely not going to be never-ending. It's definitely going to be an interesting thing, and I got stuff in the works in general with the 5-year plan that I'm on. I really hope it works really well and that you all enjoy it for what it really truly is. Thank you all for watching, and certainly to appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't identify as neither, tough crap, because the Spanish language only recognizes 2 genders. There's only 2 genders, and more mental disorders. We're not going to get into that, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And as always, God bless. We'll see you somewhere out there, and by all means, give me a little greeting, and if you see me face to face, give me a little greeting. Just, don't get too crazy or anything. And in general, keep it respectful, please. Because in general, I like pleasant experiences more than I like the negative experiences with the haters. Because quite frankly, haters gonna hate, and quite frankly, I ain't gonna tolerate hatred. And I'm working on cleaning up the comments of my other channels from stuff in the past. Without further ado, I salute you.